Lumber list project for 7th grade computers. So you're going to have a 2-day project that has to deal with creating a lumber list for myself for building a new garage. So I'm going to hand you out paper copies of the instructions, and what they say is I'm in desperate need of a new garage and I'd like to compare the prices of different retailers. So I want to look at prices of Menards and Home Depot. And it's your job as a student to decide which items I would purchase from Menards and which items from Home Depot. So you're going to actually get to go on those websites and look up the prices of certain products. At Home Depot, they offer a 10% military discount on all purchases. And since I'm a member of the military, we'll do a separate calculation on the spreadsheet, okay? So in your Google Classroom right here, you guys have the lumber list. You'll have the instructions, which I'm going to give you in paper copy form, and then you're going to have the actual lumber list. So you're going to click on that so it opens up a new copy of the lumber list. And once again, you're going to go up to File and Make a Copy. And click right in front of the L right here, and then use the backspace key on your computer and put your first name. Now, if this doesn't say Computer 7 folder right here, if it says My Drive, you can click on it here. And what ends up happening is if it says My Drive, it'll look like this. So if you go on My Drive and you go over here to the arrow, you can do Go to My Drive. And then you can find your Computer 7 folder and click on it. Okay? And you can hit this arrow right here. That's where we want it to go, okay? And then you hit select. Now it won't let me do it because mine's already in there, but it'll let you guys click on select. So make sure it's in your Computer 7 folder, then it organizes it nicely for you. So it made me a new copy. So let's take a look at this thing. So it's got a heading and it's got first and last name here, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to type your first and last name right here, okay? It's got these stores. This is all the stuff you can buy at Menards. It says the amounts. So all this stuff here you're not going to do anything with, just leave it alone. Okay? And here's everything you buy at Home Depot and the amounts right here that we need. So leave it all alone, okay? Leave it be. Now, notice I put the price in of the first couple things. So a 2x4 that's 8 foot long that you use to build stuff with is $3.28. So I typed that in for you. A 4x4 that's 20 foot long is $36.99. So I'm going to start with Menards here, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to open a new tab. Okay? www.menards.com. Okay? So this Menards website comes up. Now here's how you go and you look for stuff. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. The best thing you can do is I need to find a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of plywood. If I just right click on it and I do copy, I can go here and click on Menards, and right here where it says enter keyword or model number, I can right click and do paste. Notice how it starts searching for me. Okay? So I'm looking for a piece of plywood, alright? So I'm going to hit the search button anyhow and see what it comes up with. Okay, so there's different prices here. So here's a 1/4 by 4 by 8 inch piece for $22.24. Okay, here's a piece that's thicker for $34.17. Here's a piece that's a 4x8 and it's CDX, that's a composite style of wood. So you can pick any one of these, it doesn't matter, but make sure it's plywood 4x8. So it looks like these three are my options. So I'm going to choose this one, that's $26.15. So I'm going to go back to my lumber list and I'm going to click here and I'm going to put 26 period 15 cents, so $26.15. Now I'm going to grab the next thing. I'm going to click on it and right click and copy it. I'm going to highlight this, and if I highlight it I can backspace and get rid of it, and then I can right click and paste and do a search. Okay? So same thing, a 20-foot 4x12 post frame truss. Okay, so I got some different prices here that I can choose from. Any one is fine. This one I'm going to choose the $113.91. So I'm going to go back up here, $113.91. Don't worry about putting the dollar sign in. Just do it like this and you'll be just fine. Okay. So now I'm going to look for this thing right here. So I'm going to delete this out of there, and I'm going to paste in there and hit search. Okay, I'm going to search for it. Alright, so we got some different prices here on it. But remember, I want 9x8. Here they got a 9x7. Here's a 16x8. Those are no good. Here's a 9x8 for $4.77 and 4 cents. So go back here, $4.77 and 4 cents. And you're going to do this for all this stuff. And you're also going to do the same thing on the Home Depot website, okay? So you're going to find all these prices. So pause the video and find the rest of these at Menards. And then when you're done, turn the video back on and I'll show you some tricks about the Home Depot site. Okay, if you've turned the video back on, it means you went on the Menards website and you found the rest of these prices here. Okay? So be careful when you're looking for stuff. Make sure it's the right thing. Like when you search this last thing, you got to really pay attention. It's a 6x6 cedar tone premium thing, okay? So search it out. So now we're going to go up here and we're going to get rid of Menards. We're going to go to www.homedepot.com. Okay, we're going to go to the Home Depot website. So here's the Home Depot website. So I'm going to go up to the spreadsheet. Now the first two things have been found for you. So now I'm going to click right here, okay? And I'm going to copy that first thing and I'm going to paste it. Let's see what I find. $37.98. It's $37.98. Okay? And I'm going to copy and paste this next thing, okay? Go back up here, delete this out, paste it in. Remember, if the video's going too fast, you can pause it. $86.74, okay? So $86.74. Alright. Now, this right here, I wanted to show you this one. The Clopay Value Series. What ends up happening on these is they give you a range here, $349.60 to $585.20, okay? $531 to, it's because the nicer doors cost more money, okay? The nicer doors. So it is this one right here. It's the first one. Pick the higher price, $585.20. So $585.20, okay? Go ahead and find the rest of these, okay? And then when you're done finding those, resume the video. So pause it now and find the rest of these. Okay, if you've reached this part of the video, it means you've found all the individual prices for each of these items, and you've done the same for Menards. So now you're ready to start following the paper copy directions that I gave you. So step number 1 says make columns A and B wider. So I'm going to go up here to column A, make it wider, and column B, make it wider, okay? Really spreads it out a long ways, okay? But we want to be able to see everything. Okay. Then step 2 says in cell E4. So I'm going to go over, so here's B4, I'm going to go to E4. Okay. It says enter the formula equals C4 times, which is the asterisk key on the right side, the upper right side of your keyboard, times D4. And I'm going to hit enter. Okay. So there, it just gave me the price. For 1,000 of these boards at $3.28 a piece, it's going to cost me $3,280. Now rather than do that formula the whole way, I'm just going to autofill down. Okay? And I'm going to leave it highlighted right here, because then I can go up top to the functions and do the sum. Okay? So I can do the sum, which is step number 4. So there, I just did steps 3 and 4 together. Just like that. And if you want to on your piece of paper, as you complete the steps, cross them off. So that way you don't forget where you left off when you start the project for day 2. Alright, step number 5 in cell E16. So there I'm right in cell E16. I'm going to enter equals, and this time I'm going to click on C16. So equal, it does it for me, equals C16 times the asterisk key on the keyboard. Then I'm going to click on D16 with my mouse clicker. So I don't have to type it in. I can click too. It's your preference. I'm going to hit enter. Autofill down again. Whoops, went too far, so I'm still going to hold up and go right to there. Okay. Now that I autofilled them all, same thing. I'm going to do the sum. Hit enter. There. There's steps 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now I'm going to go to cell F16. So I'm going to scroll up. And there's cell F16. I got it right here, okay? So it wants me to equals E16 times 0.1. Okay, that's the formula. Equals E16 times 0.1. This is how you figure out the 10% discount. Okay? So I'm going to autofill this down and then sum it. Same thing, okay? There. Now, in cell G16, we're on step 11, right here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to take equals E16, the minus sign, F16. So this is the price minus the discount is going to give us our total price. Okay? I'm going to autofill this down and sum this up. You just did a lot of steps in a short amount of time, okay? It's not too hard to do, alright, once you get going. So now we get to step number 14. Now this is a harder step. A lot of kids mess this up, so let's take our time, alright? So I'm going to scroll over back to the beginning, okay? Now it's too big right here to see everything. I can't see the whole thing. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move it back over, so I can see all the prices here, okay? So what you got to do is you got to go through the Menards list one by one. So here's row 4. The total price at Menards is $3,280. Now the same price, row 16 here, I'm going to compare. The same price for that same thing at Home Depot with the discount is $3,231. So Home Depot is cheaper. So I'm going to click on the 16 here, and then I can right click and do copy, and I'm going to go down right here. This is my final choice. I'm building a list between Home Depot and Menards of my final choices, and I'm going to paste this right here, okay? So this piece of lumber is cheaper at Home Depot. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to compare this with this right here. So at Menards it's $1,849.50, and at Home Depot it's $1,820. So Home Depot is cheaper again. I'm going to click on it here, copy, paste it down here. Okay? Now the third one, you're going to have to really pay attention and count what you're doing, okay? The third one is way cheaper at Menards. So I'm going to highlight the Menards, copy it, and paste. So you got to go through and do each one of these lines until you get to the very last line. So pause your video and do that now. Okay, if you went through now and you got to this step, it means you've compared everything, Menards versus Home Depot. You've compared it all, okay? Now when I compared, this is what I got. Some of you might have different answers because of the fact that you found different things, okay? That's just how it happens. So I'm going to widen back out column B again, alright, because we narrowed it up so I could see better. Now I'm going to widen it back out. This ends video 1. Look for video 2 to complete your project.